Hi, Amora. We're back.
Okay, hi Carolyn. Now, as I understand it, um, you've been feeling that there's something just a little bit not quite right around circumstances in your life, and you're not able to place exactly what that is. So, the first question that I'm going to ask, just make sure that I've got all the information correct, is one, you're involved in what I would call pretty hardcore spiritual practice. Is that correct?
Okay, yes, I will go with pretty hardcore, yes.
Yeah. And how long would you say you've actually been involved in work that's around the spiritual sphere?
I would say for the past 8 years, it's been right in front of me, so I've understood it. But I also think I've been very empathic and psychic my whole life and was told it's not right, make it go away. As a little kid.
Okay. Um, I'd just like to know a little bit about what connection or relationship you have with um, archangelic realms, with personal guides, with ascended masters, if at all.
Well, I know my guides, I know I have 12 of them that are just helping me with everything. I know what the connection is to my family. Some of the guides were in my lineage, some were not. Through readings, and not through my own knowledge, but through readings, I've understood that there are many ascended masters that are kind of overseeing what's happening with me in the walk-in process with my husband. There's a lot of that going on, and a lot of guidance, so that can complete as it needs to.
Okay. How long ago did your walking experience occur?
I found out about it in 2011. The actual soul transfer was about 24 months later, and it was July 29th, 2013.
And how has that process been for you in terms of integrating it?
Um, it's it's been an arduous journey, to say the least, for me, and it isn't even me that is the walk-in. But from the standpoint of very enlightening, I've learned a lot myself, have become much more in tune with what's happening, and I feel my own vibration raising. It's been hard, but it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey.
Would I be right in thinking that the walking process for you has probably been involved significantly in your change in both life and work direction?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am in a completely different place than I thought my trajectory was headed.
Okay, so because I've actually been through the walk-in process myself, and because over the last few months I've been in contact with many more people that have experienced the walk-in process, it's clear that not everyone is impacted in the same way.
Sure.
So what I'm going to ask is, how has the walk-in process affected the relationship that you have with your family?
That is by far the most difficult part of it. My husband, who is the walk-in, that has gotten to be nothing but beautiful. The change in me because of this as well has shifted all parts of the family, and the extended family has left. They're gone. My family, my kids and whatnot, they want to know about this much, and they're even afraid of that. So probably the difficult part of that is I have no one to talk to. My husband Jay is not awake and aware yet. He's really close, but there's no one other than people like you to talk to about that. And my family doesn't. They're kind of like that about
it. Again, my understanding is that you're engaged in shifts within your work into an area that perhaps not everyone is going to understand.
Within my family?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes. They pat me on the head and say, good, you keep going. But I don't want to hear about it.
Good. I'm just getting a little whisper in my ear as to where this feeling that you've been getting could be coming from.
Oh, good.
Now, what I propose is once we finish this, if you're agreeable to it, is I'll do a journey on your behalf, a shamanic journey. And what I'll do is investigate the area which I'm being pointed to, and take whatever action is going to be helpful to you. And then after I've done the journey, I'll get in touch with you, give you feedback as to what happened there, and just see how you feel around that information, if that's okay with you.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you.
Because what I'm getting is that it's what I call unconscious psychic obstruction. So people that love us and who ordinarily we would find are supportive of us and everything that we do, if we begin to take any kind of life path that they start getting fears of losing you even more around, then they will put obstructions in the path that you choose to follow. But they're not doing it from a conscious place because they still love you.
Right. Yes.
Nonetheless, even though it's coming from an unconscious place, this can create barriers and obstacles. And I think that this is the area where it's impacting you most, and it's something that we can do something about.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Yay. Yay. Thank you.
Now, I don't know if you've encountered any animosity from any people that might be jealous in relation to the way that you're moving forward, particularly now that you're getting much better known because of your book and how well that's doing. So how are things in that department?
I haven't seen any blatant animosity, but I have felt it. I haven't seen it, but I have felt it a few times, not much. I mean, but people that don't understand, or like, well, why is that happening to you, kind of a thing. So yeah, I do feel that.
Again, what I'm sensing is that you'll just get a sense of prickliness around some people, but I'm not getting that they're actually taking any steps that's causing you any problems. But if you're aware of it, that's good. And again, when I message you afterwards with the result of the journey I'm going to do for you, there's a meditation in there that I'll give you details of where you can have this protective feel around you, and you can place it there instantaneously.
Oh.
And it's so effective because I had to use it after my spiritual awakening, and it was a couple of years after my spiritual awakening before I left the police force. But I hadn't been aware of exactly how much protection I would require as I was beginning to open up my sensitivity to energies.
Mm-hmm.
And this one technique was so good that once I left the police force, I then consciously had to take that protection down because it was stopping all sorts of encounters that actually were required to impact me for my growth.
Yep. At least you found that out.
Yeah. On a physical level, how are you going with your diet?
With my diet, D-I-E-T?
Yeah.
Okay, it's funny, since all this started happening, I've completely lost my appetite. And I don't know if you know this, I used to be a chef. I mean, food was my life, and I've been overweight my entire life, but all of a sudden food means nothing. It's an interruption of my day. I just don't want to eat. That's changed completely for me.
Are you into juicing at all?
You know what? I started doing it, and then just hell broke loose and I stopped, but I like doing it. I should get back to that.
Well, I'm just getting that raw foods, particularly the greens, start your day with that, and your energy levels are gonna raise significantly.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
The next bit that I'm getting as well, I don't think you're going to have a problem with bearing in mind what you've just said to me, but there are certain objectives that you might have, spiritual objectives. And if you fast for 24 hours before you put those into operation, I think you'll find that they'll be even more successful, because you're going to put a deeper spiritual energy into that process via having the 24-hour fast.
Really? Are you talking about something like before we launch this?
I'm thinking along those lines, yeah.
Okay. All right, done. Very cool.
And when I'm talking fast, drink water, drink plenty of water.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something that I like to do and encourage people to do that come to me when they're wanting Reiki attunements. And I certainly feel that the attunement process is empowered by the fact that I fast. And it also seems that someone that has a deep inclination to go down such a path of service, that if they also do it, that we're going to meet in a much deeper place for the attunement to have its full effect upon them.
No, beautiful. Thank you. That'll be done.
Is there anything else that you'd like to raise? But I mean, this is just the points that have come to me from the knowledge that I have, and from what's arisen during our conversation.
I'm in pain a lot. My back, my thigh, I'm in pain a lot, and there's not really a reason for it, and it's kind of constant, and there has to be more to it, and I'm just trying to figure out what it is and where it's all coming from. And I know there's growth and lots and lots going on, but I'm wondering why it's causing pain, achy pain.
Unfortunately, during the crucial bit where you were telling me where the pain was occurring, it was cutting out on this end. So could you just repeat that bit for me, please?
No, I know that there's so much going on growth-wise within this physical being and the connection that's happening with me now, but I'm just wondering why all the pain. It's where is it coming from, and can I protect it? I'm in pain all the time.
Okay. What sort of time period has this been occurring over?
Probably I would say the last 6 months, it's gotten much worse. Like before, it was a little bit, and I always felt great, and now it's physical pain. Probably 6 months now.
Because the last 6 months, everybody on this planet has been going through some major energetic shifts because of the part of space that our planet's moving through. In fact, the whole Milky Way is going through. If you can find, or if you know your date, not just your date of birth, but your time of birth, if you pass me those details in an email, I'll have a look at how specifically this period of time is going to be affected by your natal planet positions.
Oh.
Because in some people they're really crucial. So we might be able to identify what's happening, which planet's involved, if it's down to the planets, and also we'll be able to say, but it will only be for the certain length of time.
Yay. That would be a wonderful thing. Okay, I'll be happy to do that. Thank you. So is there anything else this is fascinating. Now, no, I'll let you finish. I'm just taking it all in.
I'm pretty happy that there's nothing else untoward that's going on that I need to address. But I'm always here if you feel differently. If something comes to light that we've not explored, I'm always here and I'm always willing to help.
Thank you. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we'll we'll catch up on the other side, but it was so interesting to see how you work. It's fascinating. Thank you very much for that. All right, thank you, Amora. We'll catch up on the next time.
Okay.
Thanks.